I'm going to really try not to project my voice so it sounds like my natural speaking voice. But, even if I'm in a room with other people, I, raise my voice up to this level. But this is as relaxed as I can try to be right now. The Canada wildfires, whenever there's been California or Canada or Colorado wildfires, it comes to Iowa because of the prevailing winds, and it affects my voice. You can hear it's more like raspy. That's exactly what gets in my voice box or my vocal cords, and that's what happens. Indicated the frauds are knocking imagination again, unknown frauds. I just posted a couple of quotes from Einstein and Richard Feynman, the two of the smartest people that I know of in history, along with Isaac Newton. And well known to me that their quotes on imagination are imagination is everything. That's what Einstein said, and that it spurs progress. Imagination is what it's about. It's not about knowledge because you can't have new ideas with existing knowledge. And Richard Feynman said, it's imagination, not fiction imagination, but imagination just to imagine what is really there. And that's what my imagination does. It's imagining what is actually there in physics. When you're talking about art, then you are talking about, like my sketches, I'm imagining what idea I want to get across to people. Same thing with poetry. I'm trying to imagine what idea am I trying to convey to people, and what best does that in the shortest amount of words that can't really be done in prose or written out in paragraphs. What is better done in a poem and expressed. My poems are more clarified truth now than they are art, which is why I say everything I say is truth, which is true. So when I'm talking about imagination, you can't have one new invention without imagination. Invention is imagination. And then it's writing down what it is and putting it in some form of way to express it to someone else, your idea. The power abusing criminals, indicate that they can read people's thoughts now. I have a feeling that's one of the major reasons that they would try to do something like that, so they could steal people's inventions, theories, stuff like that, and then claim that they're theirs, and then claim I'm a robot of theirs. But I don't know that they can read thoughts, but that's what they've been indicated, that they can do that for decades now. So I'd like to meet these unknown idiots that claim imagination is something fruity or unfounded or unbounded, or however you want to claim whatever they're talking about, knocking imagination. Imagination is at the root of anything new that we come up with. We would not have modern houses. We would not have anything but hunting and gathering without imagination. And it takes some savvy to hunt certain animals or go fishing. All those things take imagination too in the beginning. So whoever's knocking imagination are idiots. All the smartest people in the history of the world understand the power and the necessity of imagination. It is May 19th, 2024. This is Wade Allen Heineman, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa on V68. I've been in my home last couple days with the Prius outside here, the red Prius. I always take the plates off my vehicles. I try to remember to do that so the frauds can't get in my vehicle and portray that they're supposed to be in my vehicle. They're not. They're criminals. Nobody should ever have been in any of my vehicles. They're people that don't have permission. They try and claim that I got loans from them. I didn't. I have no connection to them business wise, financially. I paid for cash for the vehicle through financial aid at the time, and transportation is a covered cost under financial aid. The property that I bought was bought with SSI money. That's completely legal too. And now I have a home of my own, which I did not before. And now I need to work on the home to try and make it livable. It's very limited on what you can do with $900 a month, but I'm trying to do the best with it I can so I can get back on my feet so I don't have to rely on SSI. I think that's what the goal should be, right? The far right shouldn't be able to knock that. Somebody trying to get back on their feet as quickly as possible, despite having PTSD and Havana syndrome due to all the power abusers in the world and the liars and the frauds and the criminals. I'm a truth teller. You're either a truth teller or you're a deceiver these days. That's it. Either that or you're a pod that does nothing and sits on the sidelines, says nothing, does nothing, and is just a pod of the world. You're either a truth teller, a deceiver, or a pod. Those are your three choices these days. A cowardly deceiver, because all deceivers are cowards. You're suppressing the truth for yourself or your own greed or somebody else's fraud. That's all you'd be doing. And it's May 19th at 10:25 when I started this. Now it's around 10:30, I suppose, a.m. Been in the mobile home all day, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa, on V68, green eyes, not blue, 10.7-inch hands, 52 years old, born 11/4/71, circumcised 1971, no changes since. Not been on a plane or jet since 2011, never been in the military, never been married, not ridden motorcycle since 1996. Know nobody that rides a motorcycle or been in the military other than my father, who was in the National Guard in the 1960s and 70s. I have no connection to anyone other than my parents the last 5+ years in any way whatsoever. Jerry and Lois at the Red and White Barn Home, 83 and 82 years old. Anyone claiming any connection to me in the last 5+ years of any race, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, does whatever category they're in, whatever age they're in, whatever background they're from, it doesn't matter. They have no connection to me in any way whatsoever. Never spoken for anybody else. I speak for myself. All my accounts, I type every word of all of my accounts. x.com/WADES2ND, x.com/Wade, yes, youtube.com/@IAM, WADEHEINEMAN. And that's what this is for. This audio only is for youtube.com/@IAM, WADEHEINEMAN on May 19th, 2024 at 10:25 a.m. My other YouTube being youtube.com/@WADEYES. And again, my voice is being affected by the Canadian wildfires that were in the air about a week ago, I think now. And it takes quite a few days once it's in my vocal cords, whatever is being, if it's smoke or if it's the stuff that they put on the wildfires, that orange stuff that gets put up in the atmosphere too, along with the smoke getting in my lungs. I don't know what it is, and if it's hormones, it's affecting hormones again because they're trying to claim that I'm female. I think someone, when they got into the mobile home the last time when I was gone, when I went up to Northwest Iowa on Friday, I think it was Friday, wasn't it? That I think someone peed like in the back of the mobile home here. And since it was indicated I'm a female, maybe it was a female that was in here. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point. But I think someone peed back there because it's wet where it's not normally wet. So, I don't have running water, so there's a designated place I go back there to go to the bathroom. So, there wasn't any pee on the floor before, and now there is. So if anybody did something in here, it was indicated a female. And again, I'm pretty sure they stole my New Holland stocking cap. It's a blue and yellow one of the times that I was gone, the criminals that got in here. I've not had any visitors since 2016. There's no pact for me to not say anything about something. That person that claimed that there's a pact that I have with them, that I'm not, I'm sworn to secrecy, it's a lie. There's no sworn to secrecy for anything ever with me. I have never done that with anybody. So that is a criminal. Whoever said that is a criminal. Whoever calls me their dog, pet, cat, robot, or anything has never had any connection to me. I don't know who it is. They never had any connection to me or any of my ideas. All my ideas are 100% my own. I earned them. Nobody gets to say they contributed to my ideas. Just like any other parents, my parents raised me. They fed me, sheltered me, got me an education, took me to church on Sundays, which I choose to be a deist, like Thomas Jefferson. If you're going to knock that, you're knocking the Constitution and Declaration of Independence of the United States, because there's a lot of guys that signed it that were that type of person. Someone that believes in a creator of the universe. I don't know what Islam is. Again, they try and put me in that category when I say I'm a deist. I don't know why, because it's nothing like the same thing. Christian and Muslims are more the same than a deist is. And look up Thomas Jefferson, read all about him if you're going to knock what I say about my beliefs. I have more faith in a creator of the universe than any radio Christian I've heard. They don't have really faith because they would suppress the truth about me. If you have to suppress the truth about anyone, you are a deceiver. That's what you have to look at yourself that way. I am not. I'm a truth teller. I don't need to suppress the truth about anybody. Creator of the universe didn't need to suppress the truth about anybody. Why do you have to do it? Because you're not faithful in anything. You don't really have faith that things will turn out the right way if you live in the truth. That's what it takes to be a man and actually have beliefs. You have to believe in the truth. So that's why I don't like radio Christians, because they tend to like to suppress people like me, suppress the truth, and they'll prop up their frauds instead if they go along with if they follow them. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. So that's where my ideas come from. I'm a leader from my imagination, because you don't have any new ideas without imagination. And the two of the smartest people in the world, in the history of the world, agree with me: Albert Einstein and Richard Feynman. So I'd like to know the idiots who are knocking imagination again. And one of them is Ryan Reynolds. He has that Mint commercial. He's the one that I noticed is knocking imagination right now. His eyes are too close together, so I understand. He doesn't have the brain power to understand the power of imagination, that we would have nothing. He wouldn't have the clothes he was wearing in his commercial or the eyeglass that he's wearing in his commercial if it wasn't for imagination. Is he the unknown idiot, or is he just speaking for the unknown idiots? Wade Allen Heineman, half mile north of Fairbank, Iowa, May 19th, 2024. Again, for youtube.com/@IAM, WADEHEINEMAN only, audio only. Blue eyes, not green, or green eyes, not blue. Sorry. Green eyes, not blue. 10.7-inch hands, 6'1". Born 11/4/71, circumcised 1971. 52 years old, male, heterosexual, always and forever. Will never be with anyone else. Never been interested in or attracted to minors in any way whatsoever. Never tried to view, communicate with, meet, or have sex with a minor. I've never had sex with a minor in my entire life, and not even when I was a minor. So, signing off. Wade Heineman. Continue to post on x.com/WADES2ND. All my ideas and truth about my life and defending myself against staged lies. Same thing with x.com/Wade. Yes. I have not been on my secondary phone for the last couple of days, so you'll see that what's on there. And on youtube.com/@Wade. Yes, as well. That's on my secondary phone, those two accounts.